The Best Hawaii, presented by American Savings Bank and Hawaiian Telecom.
I've been thinking about it, and we've known each other for 19 years.
What? Has it been 19?
That's not really a long time because I know you have a lot of friends.
No,
for
no.
longer, but-
Is it been 19?
Yep.
What year was it?
2000.
The radio station.
Yep. When I was interning.
Promotions.
Yes.
I still got a little bit of a memory left.
Good for you. But what I wanted to know is, obviously I've known you for so long, and a lot of people recognize you. They think Lanai boy and this and that and da da da. But I wanted to go a little bit deeper. Tell me about the beginning.
Oh, the beginning.
You were born and raised on the Pineapple
Yes.
Isle, and
Yeah, from Lanai. I actually came here on a volleyball scholarship to Hawaii Pacific University.
were you a bolero or something?
Libero, you mean?
I mean,
Yeah. What's a libero? Is it like
Sorry.
a Mexican thing? Yeah, actually I was a setter. There was no such thing as libero back then. They had a defensive specialist. Yeah, I just did that for a little while, but I got into radio at 17, and that was it. I screwed up my scholarship. My mom was pissed. But it all worked out. I started doing radio at 17 with Jimmy the Geek and Alan Oda, and we created this group, the Three Local Boys. And we came up with a bunch of songs like I'm a Filipino and Rice Rice Baby. We started touring all over the place. And we were opening for all these groups. It was crazy because, I never knew any of this stuff. I can't sing, by the way. It's all comedy. It was all comedy. So I don't know if you remember the song Rice Rice Baby.
Yeah.
That was the big one.
okay.
I'm a Filipino was another big one. Me So Hungry was our first hit. To Me So Horny.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So we put together this album. We ended up doing 3 albums.
I did not know that.
Yeah, we ended up selling like 250,000 albums, and that's what really separated us from radio guys. It was like, who's these 3 guys, doing parody songs? But our songs were playing everywhere, like LA, San Diego, San Francisco, mostly on the West Coast, and then it blew up in Guam, and then next thing you know, we're touring. So I did that for like 10 years. So it for me, it transitioned well when I started doing morning radio at Island 98.5.
Which you created, right?
Yeah.
Mr. Humble Sauce.
But it helped with the process of transition, and people, as far as my audience, grew up with me and us, and it just kind of worked out, So timing was everything for me, I think.
And then you're kind of a serial entrepreneur.
Serial would be a good word for it. Yeah, I like to do things. I get bored quick. I like to try everything. I dabble in it at least. And my friends always say, you should focus on one thing. I go, I can't really. I need a little chaos in my life, or else I feel like I'm not living.
Yeah.
That 9-to-5 job was never my thing. I started at a young age, and my grandfather owned a garden. Not owned a garden, we had a garden, about an acre. And he was always trying to get me to help him in the garden, and eventually I would work every day, 12, 13 years old. And I got my first taste of it when he brought me to the market to sell everything. And I thought, we get all this money, and I just had to water this stuff, because I was 12, I didn't really have to plan or anything. But I got my first taste of it, and I thought, this is what I want to do. So when I was 14, I picked pineapples for the summer. I worked at a police station as a police dispatcher, and I helped my grandfather in the garden. So I had 3 jobs by the time I was 14.
And that set the pace for the rest of your life,
Yeah,
pretty much.
yeah. And my mom always told me, you have to try everything. You don't know what you want. And it was one of those things where if somebody said, oh, I'm going to do this, and it interests me, I would go dig deep and do all my homework about it, and then I would try it. I just never had no fear of taking a chance, I guess. Yeah, I think everyone should be like that, Not be an entrepreneur, but you shouldn't have any fears of taking that chance, because you don't want no regrets, yeah? So, yeah.
What are some of the things that you're most proud of?
My Emmy Award. I think just making TV overall. I love making television, and I never thought I would be the one making it, because I've always been in front of the camera, but now I get to do both. And you know how hard it is, you know how difficult it is. To raise money, I think people don't understand. People just think they're gonna throw money at you and you're gonna be this big successful thing, and no, there's so many things you have to do, and I love the concept behind I get to raise the money, I get to sell it, I get to market it, and I get to be in front of the camera. So that's been probably my biggest pride, besides making 2 kids. That's pretty big. But just making television, I think I've been proud of. I've done a ton of shows. Cooking Hawaiian Styles on the 11th season, which I never thought we'd get past 2.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I've done shows for Fox and I've done shows for NBC, and 2 seasons was the max, you know. But yeah, that's probably my biggest thing I'm proud of.